Welcome to my garden, friends. I am going to break up our week 8 updates into 2 videos. I got a little chatty and everything started getting kind of long. So I want you to enjoy it and just keep blooming. Hey friends, welcome to my garden. We are getting ready to go on a garden tour. I believe it is week 8. And my name is Carol, for those who are just joining me. Thank you so much for stopping by, and my channel's called Just Keep Blooming. We're not normally this fancy here at Just Keep Blooming, but we're doing this filming on Mother's Day, and this is going to be our first full tour after we've put all our veggies in, or pretty much 80% of all of our crops. Things are absolutely blooming. Each week I've been showing you all my different little spaces. The first one I always start off with is my English garden, and I've been showing you how this clematis is going to be taking over this whole arch, and I can't wait to go back over the footage and just kind of see her growth. So as promised, because it's Mother's Day, this garden starts to bloom on Mother's Day. Here is our first clematis bloom. Look at that beautiful dark purple. Let's go look to the garden. Let's talk about the rose. She just wasn't blooming. We had to remove it. Each week it just got worse and worse. But on the best news, the cannas that I started in the greenhouse, a lot of them really started sprouting up, so I had more opportunities for it. So I went ahead and put one of those beautiful like purple and green cannases here. I have some cosmos going on, and I'm thinking I'm going to swap these out, and I'm going to put my butternut squash on here because I have had butternut squash grow in this bed before, so I do know that it will grow in this space. So I'm excited about that. Check out how green the raised beds are. I'm so excited. Look how purple my kale is coming in. The kohlrabi is doing well. However, I do need to thin it out a little bit better. The kale seems to be taking. I'm finally starting to get some pushed out growth on a lot of my cauliflower and broccoli. This is super exciting. What I do need to go through is kind of, I've got straw on there from last year. I do want to kind of top everything up with a little bit more compost and do a little bit more straw, because these beds are going to be putting out so much food. They're going to use up that soil really quickly. The purple cabbage, I mean, it's such a beautiful color, and I finally have snow peas starting to trellis up through here. Borage is kind of tucked in. Oh wait, we have our first little mini cauliflower, broccoli. Oh, I am starting to see heads. Oh, I'm starting to see heads in my broccoli. Yes, that's worth celebrating. Let's go see what the rest of the beds are doing. Check out these beauties. This just makes my heart sing. As you know, I've been putting this garden and showing it to you and just kind of sending out peace and love and light to try to get this garden part to grow. The sage smells wonderful. I have my radishes coming in, been roasting them and putting in those in salads and making like little slaws. My bok choy is looking really good. There's a little bit of pest damage, but I'll take it. I finally have a cilantro bed, and check out these romaine lettuces. Whew, I'm excited. This tatsoi is looking really good. Now here are a couple of sunflowers. I'll show you what I've been doing with some of my sunflowers. I think I finally figured out what I'm going to do with them for the perennial garden, and not the perennial garden, but the pollinator patch over there. I even stuck in a couple of purple basils in there. I have that growing all over the garden. So, and then the asparagus is looking good. All of them look nice and healthy. Now, the main thing is I need to just figure out what I can grow along with my asparagus. I would like to put food here. I think I can do beets. I know I might be able to do carrots. I know beans, maybe, and maybe squash. So hopefully I'm going to find out. And look how sunny this bed is. This is high noon right here. Our apple tree is fully covered right now. So this bed gets full sun. Some of them get partial now, but this one gets full sun. But yeah, this is very, very exciting. Finally, these beds have some movement in it. I say again, I have not been successful with spinach in this row, although I will say the irrigation has been doing really good. I mean, we're still trying to come up with the game plan. Things are growing finally, like I've got tatsoi and Brussels sprouts, everything from seed here along in the back there with a couple of, looks like red cabbages. I am seeing some thistle in here. I am getting ready to put a few cucumbers in this bed and see how that goes. Now in the back one here, we've got the red cabbage. It's still looking great. I've got borage coming up wild and the midnight Swiss chard. Everything's, I mean, you know, Mother Nature, she has her own time. I've got a lot of the onions that's starting to come through there. It looks like from onions that I didn't harvest out last year, so I might pull some of those out just so they don't crowd the whole bed. I've got my whole line of red onions back here, and I think we're going to try and do some kind of squash. I've got some scallop squash that I really want to try, and some desi squash that I want to try to put back here also. So as it's coming in, it's looking real nice. Maybe I can do some beans too. I don't know. Everything just looks like a possibility at this point. As you can see, everything's growing in the pollinator garden. All the perennials, all the weeds, all the little trees. I have so much work to do back here that it's daunting, but I wanted to get the garden in, and then I could kind of take this before anything goes to seed and makes the problem even worse. So what I did notice in my gray pots is that I do have sunflowers that are coming up as volunteers. So instead of really pushing and trying to put something back there that I'm not sure that needs to grow, I have sunflowers that are coming up in volunteers in my beds that I absolutely don't want. I've done that a couple of times, and I may have a tendency to let one or two go, but I don't want the whole bed filling up with sunflowers because those roots are big, and I want those beds to be making food. But I can put sunflowers in the gray pots, and I have had sunflowers quite successfully grow up along this here. So that's going to be the look that I'm going for. I've got milkweed that I'm going to turn that corner into, that it's got a ton of thistle in there. And look at this columbine. I've not been successful in getting columbine from any of the other finding it, the blue one. So I'm thinking that I'm going to definitely try to seed this from when this goes to seed, do some for next year and get all of these gray things filled with like columbine and do sunflowers. And I even can get some zinnias because like I said, my yard's got these weird microcultures and sun patches where you would think it would be super shady back here. But this strip right here from probably till 9:30, 10 o'clock till about 5 gets full sun. So it's, you know, so let's take advantage of it. And it's a lot less, it's not as shady because the butterfly bushes, those are slowly coming back. And yeah, of course, we're getting all this trash taken care of. But, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day and gardens are never finished. But we're getting ready to come into that season where my heart just goes boom, boom, boom. Okay, isn't this space magical? I have to say, all the colors, we finally fixed Lake Lois, or at least fixed her enough to where we can be able to really enjoy her. The Buddha is really just, you know, we're getting doggy, waggy tails. This is my memorial space. This is my reflection space. So when the time is right, we are going to put up a little bit of a reflecting like memorial for our sweet Kit Kat and some of the other little angels that we've had, our pet angels that we have been lucky enough to have. Chili has thoughts on it. But yeah, as I had said before, I've been slowly planting, coming up with the planting design, and I think that I've absolutely decided I want that those pinks, like those little carnations or dianthuses, to kind of dot in between a hosta garden. And that's how we're going to kind of complete this space. I'm not really sure what that purple plant is. I know I planted it. I got to find out what it is. But we're going to get that all taken care of. The garden is alive, and I have never needed this garden more than I have needed it this week. It has been an absolute restorative, memorable, healing act. I had said before on some of other parts of this platform with, you know, just like some of the shorts that I took a little break from the 30-day challenge because we had to say goodbye to our sweet puppy, Catalina, who had been with us a handful shy of 17 years. And it was hard. I was of this mindset that I wanted to push through and get all this stuff finished and to stay true to the challenge. But what I found out is that at the end of the day, I needed to be with her on her last days, and I needed to grieve that loss. So I took a beat, and I think that grief trumps everything. It's how you recognize a loss. It's how you process it. And I'm so blessed to be able to have this garden that gave so much life and showed so much hope at a time where I was just really hurting. So thank you for everyone who put like sweet comments on the post and shared your own puppy stories and garden dogs, because they're just wonderful, and we're truly blessed just to be able to have them. We really don't deserve the dogs that we get. But thank you for letting me share. Please take care and just keep blooming. We got a sweet girl. Hi, sweet girl. The cat, kitty cat.